Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studio. Welcome to Parents' Night Out with no new friends. Real, raw hilarity. It's your night out without the kids. So kick back, relax, and get ready to let loose with us. This is Parents' Night Out with no new friends.
You're gonna come see us this week? And I'm like, I can't. Like, I took a whole week off.
Like, just come see me at work. Which we're live, so we won't say where that is.
Okay.
But you have to work, so they have to come see you at work.
Hey, YouTube.
We're not supposed to say anything.
Nick,
Nick,
give me a mic check real quick.
Check.
Okay. For a second, it sounded like you were going through your computer, but I think you're okay. Oh, now you're muted.
Oh, Nicholas.
There
There we go. How's it going, guys?
It's been a week.
It's been 3, right? Since we've...
It's been a long... Yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Oh, I was muted. Hi.
Hi. All right. You guys ready?
This voice thing is from when I had to take off 2 weeks ago. That's how ridiculous.
That's insane. It's insane how long you've been sick.
I know. I'm not even sick. It's just like just lingering.
Yeah. Dude, that happened to me. I mean, that happens to me all the time. Every time I get sick. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I'm like cutting way back. I can't wait to tell you guys.
I've never been sicker than I have this fall and winter because of Emily teaching kindergarten this year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My allergies are just bad right now.
I've never been sicker than I was last Sunday.
Me either, of you.
All right, you guys ready?
Do we know what we're talking about?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we discuss, or we just...
We're
I'm sure you have
we're recapping
plenty.
my near-death experience, and then Chris's vacay, and then do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about your situation, Nick, or is it still too fresh?
No. Sean already gave me the permission.
Okay. Sarah, you got anything?
And I have a quick sports update.
Okay.
Not really. We went to 2 weddings in the last week and a half.
Oh my. Okay, so yes, you
That's
do
a
have
lot.
stuff.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal agrees to what?
What? To what? On TNT?
Hold on. He's the GM of the men's Sacramento State? I don't know. I saw a news thing, and then when I clicked onto it, it didn't take me to the news thing. It just took me to the scores of Sacramento State.
Our ice cream truck is so creepy.
I hear it. It sounds like a fever dream.
It's so creepy.
All right, 3, 2, 1. There are so many... Sorry, guys, I'm out of sorts. There are so many great ways to connect with us. Just check out our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse and become a friend with benefits. For as low as $2 a month, you can have all sorts of exclusive content, including cutting room floor, early release on episodes, and then any entries into contests that we may do. It is the season. Please nominate us for the Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition under the category Local Notables, Best Local Podcast. That's vote.orlandoweekly.com. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Man, I could really go for a cigarette.
The petty princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional sport gay, Nick.
It's me. I'm a here, and I'm queer.
And Redbeard, the producer. Well, guys, it's been, 3 weeks since we've been together?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to take off because Chris was sick, and we took off. We knew
We could have done it without him.
We could have. But, okay, so let me be honest about what was happening, because the three of you know that something happened to me this week. But the reality is, I started feeling crappy the last time we recorded. Like, I couldn't focus on the episode. I had this weird cough that I don't normally have. And like my heart was racing. It was this weird scenario. And I started feeling real crappy. And then we went to Epic Universe the next day and I felt like really crappy. Like, I don't like tightness in my chest and like, it was like my stomach was everything was weird. Like I did not feel myself. I couldn't focus. I couldn't like process, and I'm still having a hard time with this. But like I couldn't, like I lose my train of thought, and I couldn't find it. It was
Isn't that like every week though? What's different? What's different about this?
Nick, that's the scary thing is I don't know how long this has been going on. So for 2 weeks of it being really bad, I just let it ride. I let it ride, and I come home from work on Easter Sunday, and I take a nap, and I wake up, and like, mind you, the next day, Chris is coming in town. Like, Chris
I was
is
also
coming
arriving that Monday as well.
Yeah. Chris is arriving on Monday. So I'm like, okay, whatever's going on with me, I just need to push through until Chris leaves. Because if I do something about it now, like, I may be laid up for the week, and I can't have that happen. So I take a nap when I get home from work, and I wake up and I go lay down on the couch downstairs to watch WrestleMania Night 2, and I'm laying down. I've been laying down for about an hour, and my heart is racing. Like I can't get my heart rate to slow down. My chest is like tight and hurting, and I'm like, this is bad. Like something is going on. So I'm like, okay, let me get through the first match and just see if it goes. Maybe I just have anxiety and excitement about WrestleMania. And I was gonna call you guys. Hey guys, what does anxiety feel like? Because you guys are the experts on anxiety.
I'm a pro.
Right. And I'm like, they can walk me through that this is just anxiety. So I'm laying there and I'm like, I don't think this is just anxiety. Like my chest is killing me. My heart rate is skyrocketing. Like I feel awful. So I go upstairs and I wake up Rachel. Rachel's asleep at this point, and I'm like, hey, I gotta go to the hospital. And she feels I'm like my heart rate won't go down.
She felt your forehead?
What?
She felt your forehead, so you get a fever?
She feels my forehead for my
You're
fever.
fine.
And she's like, why don't you just go down, lay down, watch WrestleMania for a little bit, and then let me know if it continues. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
she's like, damn, he's on to me.
So I give it a few minutes, and then it's not stopping. I go back upstairs. I'm like, no, I need to go to the hospital. Like I'm having chest pains. Like this is not okay. And meanwhile, I'm scared to death because I'm like, oh my God, I'm having chest pains. I'm going to miss WrestleMania and not be able to pick up Chris tomorrow. Like that was what was going through my mind. So super embarrassing. We call 911 and immediately the first thing I do, I don't text my family. I don't text nobody. I text Chris. Hey man, I'm going to the hospital. I'll let you know if I can still pick you up tomorrow. And he's like, he says, make sure you call an ambulance. Milk this for all it's worth. And I said, they're already on their way, Chris.
I was totally kidding because I'm like, you don't call an ambulance for something like that. You just go to the hospital.
Right. Well, you thought it was anxiety. So the fire department gets there.
Fire had to get the lift in to get you out of there.
So they put the blood pressure cuff on me, and they're like, it's 215 over like 100 something, and a normal blood pressure is like below 120 over 75.
Yeah.
High blood pressure is 121 over 80.
We're not a medical podcast.
Yeah, that's right. We are not a medical podcast. If you have any questions about your blood pressure, go to a doctor.
121 is not high blood pressure. Just
according to the pamphlets in,
yeah.
But come to find out, like anything over 180, you should immediately go to the doctors or the hospital. Like 180, go to the hospital. I'm sporting 215. Like, and they're like, this is really dangerous. How long has this been going on? I'm like, Could be years. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't been to the doctor. I don't know. I've been feeling crappy for about 2 weeks. They're like, so maybe 2 weeks? And I'm like, maybe. And they're like, you may be having a stroke right now. And I'm like, no. They're like, well, can you process thoughts? And I'm like, well, no. And I'm like, okay, maybe I am having a stroke. So they're like, yeah, like, if you sit in the 200s for too long, like, you can have a stroke. Your body will shut down. Like, your organs may have damage. I'm like, holy shit, I just thought I had anxiety. I thought I was one of the cool kids now. So they take me to the hospital. And of course, like, oh my God, the first nurse that I see, what a bitch. She's like, are you ready to start taking care of yourself now? And I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Okay, so we're not going to sugarcoat this at all. And they're asking me all these questions, like, about, you know, and again, like, I'm fully with it. But they're like, okay, so you smoke? And I'm like, yes. They're like, how much do you smoke? I'm like, 2 packs a day. I'm like, oh, okay. What have you had to eat today? And I'm like, 4 slices of Philly cheesesteak pizza.
A big gulp of Diet Coke.
And they're like, okay, tell us about your drinking habits. I said, well, I don't drink alcohol often, but when I do, I drink.
Yes.
But I'm like, but I haven't drank in a while.
Well, here's how. Back up. So here's how you can get away from them asking all these questions. Tell them to listen to our podcast. Just like how you're not a listener.
Right?
We talk about this every week.
Don't you know who I am? So, like, I'm going through my daily habits. You know, I wake up, I chain smoke about 10 cigarettes in the morning, drink about 64 ounces of iced coffee with a ton of sugar, so much sugar that my coffee has texture. And then I go from coffee into Diet Coke. Like, all these jokes that we've made, like, they're
true.
They're true. I do drink a lot of water, but I also drink way more Diet Coke. So it's no one, like, so I think Nick asked me, like, do you know what caused this? And I said, well, I'm obese. I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and all I drink is Diet Coke and coffee. So, like, it's time to pay the piper. So like, now, granted, I didn't want to tell any of my family until we knew kind of what was happening. Well, the problem is my mom is a stalker, and she, you know, follows me on Find My Friends or whatever on the iPhone. So she sees that I'm at the hospital.
Oh, no.
That's how my parents would have been too.
Right. And instead of trying to text or call me, she calls my sister. Hey, Scott and Rachel are both at the hospital. Do you know what's going on?
Oh, no.
What should I do? And she's like, I don't know. Why are you calling me? And so then my sister calls my father. And then, of course, they try to text me like, hey, I see you're at the hospital. Is everything okay? Well, I'm strapped into all these things. I've got the oxygen thing. It's constantly taking my blood pressure. So I can't answer it. So then
He was texting
my
me the whole
daughter,
time.
What?
He was texting me the whole time.
He's very busy having a convo with Chris.
He was watching
talking about wrestling.
He was watching WrestleMania on his phone. He can't text back.
Dude, I tried to watch WrestleMania on my phone, but Rachel wouldn't let me. She's like, obviously,
Wait,
WrestleMania is.
why weren't you on TikTok Live? That's like the best time.
Sympathy gifts.
Yeah.
You're right, but
Missed opportunity.
If there was only like 3 or 4 viewers, I would have had anxiety. And it would have, like,
You would have said pull the plug now.
I do want to just go back to something you said. So you said you have 64 ounces of coffee and then 10 cigarettes. So I looked up what's the equivalent, because cigarettes are a stimulant. So I looked up, I said, convert like the stimulants in cigarettes to shots of espresso. So you had 64 ounces of coffee in the morning, and then 10 cigarettes is the equivalent to taking 3 to 5 shots of espresso.
Essentially,
just to put
that's
it in
all
perspective.
that's all I'm doing all morning. It's just uppers. Like, I don't do any downers, except for go to work. But you know, that's besides the point. So
And not get laid. And
well, yeah,
That's why it doesn't go
we'll
downer.
We'll get there.
oh,
So, my daughter Michaela, She wants to call me to yell at me about something, but she checks my location first. She sees that I'm in the hospital. I don't answer my phone. Rachel answers my phone, so she's freaking out. And then, of course, in my neighborhood, there is a fire truck and an ambulance in front of my house. Well, one of Abby's friends sees it and texts Abby, "Is everything okay? Is your house on fire?" So she's freaking out. So this whole, I don't want to tell anybody until we know what's going on, just completely blew up in our face. So they do all sorts of tests because they're concerned that I've done some permanent organ damage, because we don't know how long my blood pressure was this high. And also they can't rapidly take my blood pressure back down, because like that could be just as dangerous. So they have to like try to slowly do it. And they're like, "You're staying overnight. Like, you're going to be admitted." And I'm like, "Oh."
Meanwhile, I'm like, fuck, I don't have a ride now. You piece of shit. You could have done this yesterday.
Literally. No, and literally. So Chris was texting me about this, not really cared about you at all. He's like, "Oh, Scott's in the hospital, but I really have an important question." He's like, "You're my travel agent. We might need a ride from the airport. Can you get one set up for us?" So that's the message I got.
I was like, listen, he's fine, but I'm not.
He'll be fine. Yeah. I'm worried about getting to Disney.
He has all the care he needs. Now I need some care.
So I get told by 4 different people, "You're staying overnight." And I'm like, oh, like this is the worst case scenario, because I'm supposed to pick up Chris tomorrow from the airport. And I'm like, but Chris says, don't worry about it. I've got a ride. And I'm like, okay, but we have dinner reservations tomorrow night, so we've got to do that. So I'm like, okay, well, if they keep me overnight and they get my stuff down
at a place that's like known for fried and salty food.
I'm like, I could still make it to dinner and have a salad. Like, we're good here. So they do all sorts of blood work. They did X-rays. They
can fit you in the machine. Would they have to take you to Animal Kingdom?
They did a CT scan and all that, and I'm worried. I'm most worried about the X-rays coming back, and I have like lung cancer. You know, like
it's not what an X-ray does, but yeah, I mean,
you can tell. You can see spots
the bones,
on the lungs.
The bones.
Well, you can but they were checking my heart and my lungs. That's what the X-ray was. So they did a special X-ray.
A special
for the
one.
hearts and the
Oh, they had
lungs.
the special one for you. Okay.
Yeah,
The
so maybe it
special
was-
X-ray.
maybe it was
it
a
was the
wide-
tiger X-ray. That's why.
It's an elephant. So I'm very 4 people. You're staying overnight. You're staying overnight. You're staying overnight. So the doctor comes back in. He's like, "Well, you're good to go home." And I'm like, "Excuse me? Did like the check bounce or something? Like what?" Everybody said, "You're staying here." And he goes, "Well, your body responded to the medication a lot better than we thought, and your blood pressure is at an adequate level that we can let you go. And surprisingly, all of your results came back good."
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm out $40 now.
Yeah. So I look at Rachel.
Hey, I made $3 commission on that, Chris. So thank you.
You're welcome, Nick. So if you want to book a vacation through Sandpiper Vacations and give Nick extra commission, I will fake a heart attack. So the doctor leaves. I look at my wife and what I said, "Do you hear that? I'm in perfect health." She goes, "That is not what he said." So I've got to follow up with a doctor, cardiologist. I'm on blood pressure medication now. So now I've got 1 pill for my Saturday through Sunday pill box.
I wish that Scott saying that he's in perfect health was actually what he believed. Enter me, my wife, and my daughter. We did not meet up with Scott on Monday because his blood pressure was. Okay, so
It went back up again.
yeah,
It went back up.
Scott is now taking his blood pressure every. I would think 7 to 12 minutes.
I would say 3 to 5 minutes.
Which is like, if you look it up, like it's like that's how you get the most inaccurate readings. So he's giving the Monday night, the dinner reservations never happened, which I was so happy about. Turned out to be because it was a very long day. It was a very long day. I thought Scott was picking us up this whole time. We were at the airport for like 6 hours waiting for Scott because I'm like, oh, he didn't stay overnight. No, we woke up at 5 or something in the morning. Ellie woke up with us. We go to the airport. She doesn't sleep. we go into the plane, and she's crying on the plane for an hour, which
Oh
was
God!
and she's doing this like she
You were the family that the people in front of you were like, please just let us crash.
and you know what? I took a look at the pilot. It was I can't even say. It was a woman. So never mind. So anyway, a good shot. So she's crying, and I'm like, all right, I don't even give a shit. We're on a flight to Orlando, right? There's all these other kids.
That's to be expected.
Yeah, she's doing like she was like a tornado at one point. She was just doing 360s, just whining, and then she got into this horrible habit on the vacation that Scott witnessed of her wanting me and putting her hands out to me. I hold her for a second, and she just goes right back to Emily, and she comes right back to, and it's like hot potato.
It's this game. Yeah, it's a game.
Yeah, so she was doing that on the plane, and then she finally fell asleep, and Emily puts her in between us, and she's out. Emily, for some reason, was so concerned about her feet hanging off the seat because she's like, I don't think she's comfortable. So she kept moving her feet. And what happens after the third time? She wakes up and starts screaming again.
Oh no.
So then we whipped out the
Couldn't you like
Benadryl.
check her and put her in the baggage compartment or something?
You get to a point that you learn that your child can sleep in any position, and you just need to let it go.
I learned that very quick, Nick.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, I thought that Scott was picking us up at the airport. So with that in mind, we packed the car seat just in case we were to travel somewhere with Scott. So we're going through the airport with my suitcase, Emily's suitcase, Ellie's suitcase, which is a little one but still a suitcase nonetheless, a stroller, baby, 2 backpacks, and and the car seat. We looked like we were traveling for a month. So we get to Orlando. The funniest thing ever is those Mears buses that you get now from the airport to the resort because Magical Express is gone. Is literally Magical Express, but
It's literally that without the branding.
It's the same bus, and it's the same videos they play. It's the same TVs. It's so funny. So we get to the resort, and Scott's like, "Yeah, we took a nap, and Scott was like, yeah, I'm not feeling up to dinner." I was like, say no more, and I just rolled over and went back to sleep. It was just like I said, a long day.
It's not that I wasn't feeling up to dinner. It's just my blood pressure skyrocketed again. Like it was borderline at the point where I should have been going back to the emergency room.
Borderline keyword. So
you're healthy.
It was over 180, and they're like, you got to go back to. And I was like, it's kind of like check engine light. It's fine for right now.
We take it for a couple miles. It'll start off.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So then, get a good night's rest. We went to Disney Springs and the whole thing. It was fun. Next day we were back. It was Magic Kingdom Day, and we met up with Scott, Darren, and his girlfriend. I don't know if she wants to. I don't know if her name is public. And Becca, who's great, by the way. Becca is probably listening to this right now because she listens to the podcast. So that was a super fun day. Ellie slept at the parks, which was amazing. We brought a little. Let me interrupt.
Go ahead. Let me interrupt. What a great baby! And I'm not. I will be very honest when babies are shitheads. This baby is probably the perfect baby.
Post Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. Well, we almost destroyed Disney.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
This baby was the perfect kid, and I get annoyed by babies very, very quickly, and I'm very judgy about how parents are raising their babies. This kid is perfect. It's a perfect kid. They're doing an excellent job. But here's the thing that I found out: Chris exaggerates a lot, and I thought that Chris using his daughter as a toy was an exaggeration. No, this child is a toy to Chris. It's not a
not surprised.
It is a toy. He's putting her in all sorts of weird positions and doing all sorts of weird things with her. It's super comical, but what a great kid.
Thank you. We are very blessed, and it's very hard to win another kid after her because the second kid's gonna be horrible, probably the devil reincarnated, because she's very easygoing. She whines when she's a baby. She whines sometimes, but overall she's great. And she was great at the parks. It was awesome. She took naps. She loved the attractions. Her favorite attractions, Haunted Mansion. I don't know. Did you hear her squeal in Madame Leota's seance room? Yeah.
I did.
She squealed in happiness when it got into the seance room, which is a little troublesome. She loved Country Bear Jamboree.
Yep.
Jungle Cruise, not so much. So Jungle Cruise was the first attraction that we went on. The first time I've ever been on it. So it was the first time Ellie and I have ever been on it.
Well, and I don't know if you've ever said it on this podcast. The reason why you've never been on Jungle Cruise is because you thought it was Kidani River Rapids.
You thought you were going to get
kept
wet.
on it.
Yeah. So I in 2018 I was there during Christmas with the Jingle Cruise overlay, and my
Nick,
mom.
needless to say, when we go by the eighth wonder of the world, the backside
of water.
He gets sprayed with water, and he's like, "This is Kali River Rapids." This is
my mom was like, "Do you want to do Jungle Cruise?" This was back in 2018. I said, "No, you get soaked. We're not doing Jungle Cruise." So the Jungle Cruise wasn't that great. It was fine, but it wasn't like the greatest thing in the world. My daughter.
You have to be listening to
classic.
It's a classic. You have to be listening closely to the puns, and you have to have a good boat driver.
And it was hard. The boat driver was good. It was hard to hear.
It's hard to hear. Yeah.
Because we were in the back of the boat. Apparently, never mind. And they're tending to the baby.
Well, they had everybody. They had everybody else in the front, Scott, and you in the back. That way, it balances out, right?
Exactly.
Is to stay away from that man. She kept having to interrupt the jokes with telling us to
She had to stop the boat 3 times
to keep the baby seated. I'm like, come on, she stand up on our lap. Like, what's she gonna do? Jump over? It was kind of ridiculous. Like, if you think of it, it was kind of. They did do it on Frozen too, but it was kind of ridiculous. Like, we're like hugging her when she's standing. Whatever. Bad.
Just as pointless as having to pull
seamanship.
the yellow strap, by the way.
Yes, thank you. I mean, she's not even steering the boat. Anyway.
Listen, Lewis gets yelled at all the time for putting his hat back on after they tell him to take it off. There was one time that we were on a ride and they announced it over the intercom, and he's like, "Damn, that's me," and takes the hat back off. No, it's okay.
I don't get the whole backside of water joke. Didn't land for me. I just don't get it. All right?
Are you serious?
It's
I don't
just
get
funny.
it. I don't. I
The other
wanted to
side
laugh.
of water.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
And O2H.
I was maybe I was just too distracted by how soaking wet I was getting.
You just got to be on mine and Nick's level half the time.
Yeah.
So she got yelled at on that one. I will not take the blame for that. So she did get yelled at for that. But for the rest of the day, she was great. She tried ice cream for the first time, which was cool. She doesn't know how to eat cold things yet. So if you want to see that video, you can go on Chris Yob NNF on TikTok. It's like she's eating poison. And then she's like, wait, this is actually pretty good. Goes back for more and then does the same face. Pretty funny. We did do Tiana's after Scott left because Scott was tapping out halfway through the day because he had to go take there was no blood pressure machines at Magic Kingdom. So he had
I almost went to health services like, "Hey, could you guys just take this real quick?"
feeling a little faint. Would you be able to check me out real quick?
But to Chris's point, where he's like, he started this whole story with how I don't believe that I'm in perfect health because I have not had coffee or Diet Coke in over a week.
Scott looked like the I don't know if you ever saw that skit from the Chappelle Show with the coke head scratching his throat. Scott was the embodiment of that. He didn't stop moving at all. It was either feeling his pulse or scratching his neck because he was holding a water bottle in his hand.
Got like a
all day.
twitch.
Yeah, because he was drinking water all day. It was the
All day.
strangest thing. You know what
All
he
day.
ate? He ate like a banana. The one thing that he did eat that was really funny, and I talked to Darren and Becca about this when you weren't around, Scott, is Scott wanted to eat healthy. So we go to Cosmic Rays, and he gets a veggie burger, and we left. I was like, does he know that these aren't actually good for you? They're not like a veggie burger's
So
not
high-
vegetables.
Chris,
It's
so high in sodium.
it's so
Yeah.
bad. They're so bad for you. It's just catering towards people who don't eat meat. It's not healthy for you.
Not healthy at all.
That's the word veggie in it.
Exactly.
It's like veggie straw. It's probably not that healthy.
But yes, that was my thought. This was Nick. You got to understand. This was day 2 of not feeling well, of having to watch what I eat. And so I'm freaking out. I'm at that point, I could have eaten a chair. I was so hungry because I'm starving myself because I can't. I'm like, well, I can't go to Casey's Corner. I can't do this. I just need a salad. I want a salad. But now I'm so hungry that a salad is not going to do anything for me because again, I eat half a pie of pizza in one sitting, and now all of a sudden I'm not eating that. Like I'm my body's in this weird. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna like? You've got to feed me, but I'm not gonna eat because I'm so bored. I'm so like, in all honesty, I'm so depressed right now, and
Welcome to the club.
I know. It's awful because I've had to completely change my lifestyle. From and listen, the significant cutback in cigarettes is an amazing thing that I'm doing. Like I went from 2 packs and I'm down to 5 cigarettes per day. So
Good.
and I can feel it. I feel so much better.
You don't
I
look
can
it.
breathe. I can talk. But it's I'm eating celery. I'm eating carrots. I'm eating cucumbers, and I hate cucumbers. I'm eating fruit. I'm making like I have not had any junk food I'm significantly making changes to what I put in my body because I have to. Like, this was scary. Like, all jokes aside, this was fucking scary. And I mean, Chris saw it the first day. Like,
All jokes
was
aside,
freaking out.
all jokes aside, I can't talk. All jokes aside, I think I am having the stroke. All jokes aside, Scott was a mess day one. It was not. It's not. You could tell there was something wrong. Besides the obesity, the lung issues, but you could tell something was off. But I feel like as every day went on, you got better and I got sicker. I think I was being a good friend and just transferring your whatever your ailments were and converting them to whatever I was going through.
And that I'm sure that's probably true. But every day that went by, I felt better because walking around the parks did so much good.
Oh yeah.
And although that Hollywood Studios day was awful,
Hollywood Studios was
miserable.
awful for me, and I didn't even tell you guys this. But so I think I had a stomach bug that day. We get to the parks, and I had a horrible time in the bathroom at the hotel, and I'm like, man, I hope I'm done. And I get to the parks, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's Mando. I'm looking for the bathroom. Like, you guys are, and Emily's like, get your phone out, record it. It's Mando and Grogu. And I'm like, ugh. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And then they're like, let's find the Ronto wrap stand. And I'm like, man, I'm about to explode. So the great thing about having a kid is you learn where all the companion bathrooms are, because I don't like public restrooms. They're horrible.
He kept saying, do you know where the companion restrooms are? And I was like, I don't know. Let me call Sarah and Lewis.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got that for you.
So
I'm the tour guide on where to find the beer stands and the last trash bin. Sarah and Lewis will show you the companion restroom.
cleanest
Got you.
companion restroom is in Galaxy's Edge in the little marketplace.
No, I've been there before. I'm just kidding.
Half the times I would go in with Ellie while she was asleep just so I could use the bathroom by myself. And other times I just had no shame. I just went in by myself. And I feel so bad when I come out. There's like a quadriplegic person waiting to use the bathroom with their caretaker. It was Scott. It was Darren assisting Scott to the bathroom. So I couldn't even try a Ronto wrap because my stomach was a mess. I had overnight oats. I found the only place on Disney property that sells overnight oats. And
I thought about doing the overnight oats.
they were delicious. They were very good. But just the thought of eating a sausage was so unappeasing. And I know you can't relate to that, Nick. But I was like, no, I'm gonna be burping this up for the next 3 days. So I ate the overnight. It's great. I highly recommend the overnight oats at Galaxy's Edge at the Ronto Roasters. Don't get the sausage. Get the overnight oats. Anyway, that was a great day. Spent a lot of money there. I went and I didn't know you got to make an appointment for everything. You got to make an appointment to go to the bar. You got to make an appointment to go to.
Well, if you would have read the emails that I sent to you, it had that listed in there. Had you asked your travel advisor?
So, we did go to the bar. It was awesome. Ellie loved the bar.
When he says the bar, we went to Oga's Cantina.
Oga's Cantina. Yeah. Ellie ate
Let me
half
tell you how
of the.
thrilling that was for me, not being able to order a fuzzy tauntaun, getting a Powerade drink with boba balls.
Yeah, so a lot of sodium and dry. And I made a joke with him saying dry ice is really bad for blood pressure. And he, like, halfway through the drink, he, like, leaned over to me and asked if I was serious. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is I had no sense of
He
humor.
couldn't take a
always.
joke. He laughed 3 times the whole trip. It was 3
Yeah,
times.
it was.
They were
Animal
good
Kingdom
laughs.
was the first time I laughed, and I was like, "That's the first time I've laughed."
Yeah,
always.
he did. He commented saying that was the first time I laughed. I felt like I was talking to like the cripple kid from A Christmas Story.
Did you see Indiana Jones?
We did.
Nick,
surprised.
funny thing, I experienced Walt Disney World today or this week sober for the first time since I
Wow.
was a kid. Got to tell you, Indiana Jones is not that good of a show.
I'm
Spoiler
so
alert.
glad that was recorded.
Tell you what, though,
Clip that.
Scott was since he was sober, he was able to get it up for Justin.
Yes, Justin was our Indian.
Aw. Did you scream for him? Like,
No, I didn't.
Well, 'cause you were
raise my
sober.
blood pressure.
yeah.
Did you introduce him?
No, I didn't even go down and say hi to him. And
Oh
Darren,
my
Darren looked at me. He
gosh.
goes, "Are you realizing now how cringe you are when you drink?"
I had a gift card for part of the lightsaber, and because it's like $250 or something like that to build your own, and so I walk up there. I'm like, "Can I do this?" Like, you can do it right now. Actually, we have walk-ins. So they're all right, yeah, cool. So I did it, and I didn't want the saber part. I just wanted the hilt. Like I didn't want the saber. I just wanted to build a hilt. Like, what am I gonna do with a saber? I'm 29 years old.
What? Don't insult us
but
over here.
seriously,
Okay?
no, but seriously,
I have
no, because like
4 complete lightsabers.
But your hilts are on display, not the sabers, right?
That doesn't mean we don't use the sabers, okay? There's
Dress
4
up night.
sabers for 4. Well,
Wow.
there's 4
For
of
foreplay?
us. But you know what? That's a good idea.
So,
Thanks, guys.
so
You're welcome.
I'm pissed because now I'm walking out of there with this 5-foot-long thing. I'm like, I had this
Was
little,
Lewis hanging out with you that day too?
I had this little knapsack that I had to carry, and now I'm like, Sarah, by all means, buy the hilt and the saber. You drive home with it. You put it in your car. I have to fly
Yeah.
home with this, and I just told you all the stuff I'm traveling through the airport with. Like, I didn't want to be.
I'm pissed though
with that,
because
too.
the first time we made one was for my birthday, and they ran out of those like sleeves. I got a plastic
Oh,
protective
no.
sleeve.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I never got one. Anyways,
So here's the funny thing: is I was like, Chris, don't worry, you're not going to have to take it to the airport.
Yeah.
Just save your receipt,
Yes.
and then go to the gift shop at your resort.
Great.
They'll ship
Pro
it for
tip,
you.
by the way. It's a pro tip.
No problem. No
Yeah.
problem. Not to mention all the stuff that I had purchased for him and never shipped to him 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was giving to him this week.
Yeah, I went to Disney with a 38-pound suitcase. I left with, it was 49.5 pounds.
Every time.
And it was mostly stuff I bought 3 years ago. I had a whole Monopoly game that I had to bring back with me,
50th anniversary Monopoly game.
which they still sell in the gift shops, by the way. So, but anyway.
My one big takeaway from the Hollywood Studios day, Sarah, you've been to the parks with me. You know
Couple times.
A couple times. How time regimented I am. Like, we have to be here at this
Yes.
time. We have to be here at this time. We have to be here at this time. Not to mention, like, I had booked all of their lightning lanes for them for the week. So, like, I had them kind of on a schedule. Chris, so I am a, we're planning our day. That is the type of theme park person that I am. Chris is the opposite of that. The complete opposite of that.
I'm not
the
trying to
point
go,
where-
go, go. I'm trying to, like, be told where to go.
To the point where at the Animal Kingdom Day, I had to change their lightning lane reservations 15 times.
That is
because
true, yeah.
They kept, like, missing them.
Once I found out you could change them, like, shit, I'm going to take my time.
Yeah.
You changing them.
So we're at Hollywood Studios, and we spent probably 5 hours in Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, easily. And we went,
I
and I
mean-
went back later, and I just walked around.
in just Galaxy's Edge.
Just
Yeah, I've never
Galaxy's
been.
Edge. Well, here's the
I was
funny thing.
edging in
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge.
Here's the funny thing. We come down we walk down like the
We came
commissary.
down the commissary.
Yeah, you did.
We walk down Commissary Way, and he sees the big trees and the AT-ATs, and he goes, "Is that it? Is that Galaxy's Edge?" I'm like, "No, dude, that's Star Tours."
That is my favorite spot in all of the Star Wars stuff, though.
Yes. So we're doing Galaxy's Edge, and then I'm like, okay, we gotta keep moving. We gotta do Muppets because we've got the 1:15 Indiana Jones show to do. It's funny though, I've never seen the Muppet Show so busy. Like people only care when
was
it's
great.
going away. Yeah,
It's a great show.
Almost full.
Oh.
And that was Travels and Tribulations with Sophisticated Gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he stole. Oh my gosh. He stole the glasses from the Muppet Mission.
I had
3D.
to. It was for Ellie.
They're probably worth something.
They're like
They
worth
will be.
$40 right now. But they're for
I mean,
Ellie.
people are taking the water from Splash Mountain, so I'm sure you can get something out of it.
They're the
Nah,
most
yeah, just
basic
the
glasses too.
So it's now 1 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, okay, we got to start heading to the Indiana Jones stunt show so that we can get the seats that I want, and the show starts at 1:15. So we're walking over there, and Sarah, you know how I am. Very, and he's like, Chris is like, I think I'm gonna stop at Backlot Express real quick. I'm what? I'm losing my mind at this point, but internally. He
You
doesn't
can
know-
watch over the fence, though, Chris. We've seen this before.
Scott let you?
I want to be outwardly angry, but one, I'm afraid that it's going to raise my blood pressure. Two, I don't want to yell at him. I only get to see him 1 week every 3 years, so I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in.
Meanwhile, I'm fighting for my life trying to stomach a chicken tender because I feel so sick up in Backlot Express. Florida heat does not do well with me. It is not a good mixture.
Does it do well with anyone?
I feel like it wasn't that hot this
Rodney
week.
was
though.
wearing pants.
It was yeah. So I'm sitting in my spot at the Indiana Jones stunt show, and I keep looking back. I keep looking back for him. Keep looking back. Director comes on set. They bring the two kids up there. Lights, camera, action. The music starts. The head director comes out. Still no Chris and Emily. Well, then the lights start coming down and the music gets real dramatic right before Indy drops from the ceiling. Chris and Emily scoot in right before Indy falls.
116.
Oh my God. I was
Yeah, I
like,
was like-
blood pressure, reminder, gonna have a heart attack. You gotta.
And I'll tell you what, it was a great show. It was a great show. The Nazi got chopped up by the helicopter, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, don't let Chris and I sit next to each other at any Disney show because the amount of comments during Lion King, if anybody had a mic on us, we'd be banned.
Easily. The family behind us wasn't very happy. But Hollywood Studios was great. Epcot, Scott took the day off, and I took half the day off. We didn't get there till real late. We left and then came back. I didn't even get to see Moana.
And you weren't going to go back. It was like a last minute.
No, that was
you went
Hollywood
back.
Studios. We weren't going to go back to. That's when I was real
Right.
sick that one day. And then I was like, I have
No,
to
because
ride
I
Rise.
texted you. I was like, "Hey, are you going to be at Epcot for a while? I'm going to come back out." And you're like, "Oh no, I'm going." Back
Oh
to the room,"
yeah.
And
That
all
was
that. So it was like a last minute.
I had
went
like
back.
so I was sick last Monday. It went away and then came back right before we left for Florida. I'm pretty sure I had bronchitis during my trip. I had all this like crackliness in my lungs. And I'm like fighting for my life walking up steps. It was horrible. I'm like hacking up a lung. During the build your own lightsaber, I had a coughing attack when the guy was trying to do his like little spiel. And I'm like, I don't know what to do here. So and then Ellie kept coughing and I'm like, all right, well if she can do this, I can do this. Although she's been pushed around in a stroller all day. But so the Epcot day was rough. Animal Kingdom, hottest park in the hottest park at
Disagree.
Disney, by the way. It's just scientifically proven. You don't have to agree. It's
No,
scientifically proven.
it was
Fair.
the day that I felt the best. I was
Yeah,
like,
sure.
oh,
but
this
it's
nice
just,
breeze.
you know, it's
There was
scientific.
one spot. There was
you're from
one
the
spot
state
in
that
Africa
doesn't believe in
where they
science.
pump in the heat to simulate Africa that felt hot.
Yeah, they don't
Everything
do
else
that.
was
It's just because
perfect.
it's hot there. I tell you, they don't have air conditioning. We're in the gift shop, and I'm like, you feel like there's no air, right? He goes, well, the doors are open, and then he's like, well, you know what? When you're going down Main Street, USA, you can feel the air coming out of the gift shops. I say, exactly. They like want you to feel like you're in Africa, and I want listen. Play all the drums you want. Wear all the garb you want. Show me all the animals you want. Don't turn off the air. We're in Florida. Like, it's hot. It is hot. And then what about when you go to Asia? It's supposed to be hot there too. They don't have air in Asia, or Zootopia better have air. And they shut off the
They might,
tree. You couldn't
yeah.
even get on. You couldn't even get inside the tree. The tree was gone. The dinosaur place was gone. Everything was gone. All the magic
Dinosaur was there.
Dinosaur is still there.
Yeah,
You just
most
didn't
of the
wanna ride
dinosaur
it.
land was.
Oh yeah. We walked by most of Dino
Yeah, it's
USA,
like it's-
and
it's
it's
gone.
gone.
I'm so sad about it. I heard they got rid of the
Gone.
huge dinosaur.
Gone.
Yeah, I'm so sad about
R.I.P.
that. I wanted it for my front yard.
Galaxy. Why did I say Galaxy's Edge? Alex and his family. Alex and his family were there that day. Great family, great kids. That was the first time I ever met his wife and kids. That was such a fun day. Remy's still on his way there, I think. I don't know. Remy texted me saying he's on his way, and
Well,
then
the funny thing about hanging out with Alex and his family is they were. It was like they were behind us all day. Like you would do something, and
Yes.
then they would do it or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was like constantly bouncing all over the park to re-meet up with them, and but it worked out. We got to see Lion King all together, and
I got to get a lightning lane for Flight of Passage. Emily talked me out of riding it. She's like, I don't think you're going to be okay on this. Like, I'd say no more. I'm not going to get sick on this.
So
Navi,
you didn't go on it?
No, I no.
What?
there's no way. There's no way he would have been able to do it. He was a little bitch from the Skyliner. He's like, oh, my tummy hurts. No, my tummy hurts all day.
That was
at
the
Hollywood
that was the
Studios."
stomach bug, you
So,
dick.
did you do Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, Guardians was good.
He
I
took
did
forever, man.
Guardians. I did Guardians. Guardians was good. Guardians
He
wasn't.
closed his eyes through most of the
I had
ride,
to
though.
close my eyes a couple times. I was getting like disoriented. They spin you and you're like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the? So it was cool though. I liked it. I liked Rise better. I think Rise is probably the greatest ride I've ever been on. But no, hear me out. Rise. I'm not a thrill ride guy. I'm an immersive guy.
Oh, okay.
Rise puts you into outer space. It was the scale of everything. I'll tell you what. I think I enjoyed Tron more than Guardians.
Oh.
I loved Tron.
I still haven't done Tron.
Tron was
But what-
awesome. It's not long, but it's great.
Did you go on Rise with Scott?
No, I went on by myself.
No. So you didn't do the compass?
You did
Because
what?
I did the compass when we went with Yadiel and his family. We made sure to show them the compass.
What's a compass?
So in the pre-show,
It's a tool that they used to use back, to.
in the pre-show, Chris, when you're on the transport, I pull out a compass so you can see when it's turning.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
that's
yeah.
cool.
Scott loves ruining the magic.
I know.
No, during the entire Indiana Jones show, I was telling Chris, okay, this is how this stunt works. This is how this stunt works.
Oh,
This is how this stunt
but that
works."
was actually really cool. That was actually cool to find that out.
No, Sarah, this is why I'm depressed. I couldn't ride anything because, I promised the doctor I wasn't going to ride anything. I didn't have a single beer the entire time.
So nice having Scott watch.
Oh, do you have to read those signs now that say like pregnant
Yeah, I'm
women
part
or
of the
people with
sign,
like heart
yeah.
condition?
I'm part of the sign now.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Aw.
At one point, though, it was so depressing. I'm at Animal Kingdom, and that's my drinking park. And I said, Chris, I want you to look. I said, turn your
Aren't
head
they-
to your left, turn your head to the right, You can see 7 Bud Light carts. From
Oh,
where you're
he
standing.
pointed out every single one. Yeah.
And he knew all the employees. And
I
made me
knew where
buy
to
one
buy
of
all the
these.
tequila.
He made me buy a Bud Light so he could smell it. I was like, dude, we're checking you in after today. I'm getting hate in the comments. He's on a Disney podcast and chose Tron over Guardians. Just personal preference. I think Guardians is probably a better ride, but I just didn't see half of it. The pre-show was amazing, but Tron is just more my type of ride. It wasn't very long. It was wasn't like super thrilling. It was just fun. But Guardians was cool. I just couldn't. I couldn't open my eyes a lot of the time. It was disorienting.
Did you at least get a good song?
I got Disco Inferno. I don't know if that's good or not. Emily got Disco Inferno too. Emily loved it. The beginning where you get shot back was cool. I remember the moon part, but like the screens didn't even feel like they were like HD screens. It kind of felt like old like movie projector screens. Is that or was I just tripping out?
Yeah.
Your blurred vision.
Right? Yeah, like it wasn't
Yeah.
like perfect clarity. I'm bummed you didn't do Flight of Passage. That one makes me motion sick. Yeah, see, so I wasn't even gonna try it. I'm like,
He can't do Soren.
No,
So
but
if-
Sword has nothing to do with motion sickness and everything to do with I was afraid because of my feet dangling.
You're like, I got little
I
legs.
thought someone was gonna tickle my feet. But yeah, so like Tron is an awesome ride, but I had Lightning Lane for it, and if you waited 3 hours for Tron, I don't know if it would be worth it because it's not a very long ride. But it was so fun. It was very fun, very comfy too. I thought I was gonna like you're leaning forward. I thought I was gonna lose fertility on some of that, but no, it was great. My favorite ride though, I think of all time, Rise of the Resistance. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I got my
It's a
little
great
shirt on.
ride.
And it puts you. It's the closest I will ever be to being in Star War, in the war, in the war, right? In the
Yeah.
Star War.
I mean, you can play with my lightsaber if you want. I mean,
That would
you
be
just gotta
second
ask.
closest. That would be second closest. But yeah, no, Rise was so cool. I didn't know about the whole transport thing, getting abducted in the tractor beam, so that was cool.
Hey, Chris, can I cut you off a second? So you're on another podcast that's a Disney podcast, right?
I am, yes.
That would be a great story for that podcast, but we're a parenting podcast. So I think it's my time to talk, and I just want you to move out of the way because I'm gay.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
All right, enough about your Disney trip that I actually helped book for him. I am a travel advisor, and I booked your trip, planned everything, so thank you for working with me on that. But back to parenting. So I had something happen this week where I'm now reverse parenting.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah. So that's when you parent your mother-in-law.
Okay.
So
It's like jury duty.
I felt I'd rather do that. I feel so. My mother-in-law. Speaking of smokers, Scott. So let me share a
not a
story
smoker
with you.
anymore.
5 a day. So she's down to 3, 4 a day, maybe. So she does little breaks. But she was also diagnosed with lung cancer this week.
Oh,
Oh,
So that was fun.
so was Scott in his head.
Yeah. So yeah, same story. She smokes since she was 18, probably 4 packs a day too, but yeah, she's still smoking, guys. Is that good?
no. Well, I mean,
I mean,
no, it's not.
I think it might
Yeah.
reverse if you do.
Although,
it
like, I think if I was diagnosed with do we know what stage it is?
we don't know yet, so that's the part we're still figuring things out. She's staying with us for a couple days while we figure some stuff out, but we're pretty sure it's not great, to be honest with
Right.
you.
Right.
But yeah, so it's been a big adjustments the past few days of having somebody who basically needs help going to the bathroom and changing adult diapers. So that's been fun for me and
I
Sean.
essentially had to do that with Chris every day, every time.
I was
at
gonna
Hollywood
say, yeah, I
Studios.
didn't. Besides the terminal illness, that's exactly what was going on. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop for bathroom breaks at Disney.
No.
Yeah. My husband had to help give her a shower.
That
So
is something. you know,
at what point, like, does this ever get comfortable? Is this normal? Is this life? I don't know anymore. It's been rough here, but and I've been thinking about it a lot. So she's 79, so she's not old. Our dog Bella is 18, and we're basically at the point of like, who's gonna live longer?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You have to add Scott into that too. We can have a little pool.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, we've been dealing with this, and we're making it through, and we're just laughing as much as we can about it. And so sharing your heartfelt story of you still smoking, hopefully that makes you not want to.
Listen, I don't want to anymore, especially with like how great I feel, but I've gotta I've gotta cut down strategically.
Yeah.
Because if I just go cold turkey, I'm gonna end up not cutting down at all. I'm just gonna end up going back to 2 packs a day. So if I scale it back and I do it strategically, I'll be able to quit. And I know this is what addicts say, and I get that, but I know that if I cut anything off, it can't sustain because I've tried it before. I have to kind of do it strategically. And listen, down from 2 packs a day down to 5 cigarettes a day is I mean that's.
Well, I'm going to send pictures of my mother-in-law to you to remind you of what your life is going to be like
in
soon.
the shower or out of the shower?
Yes. Yes. To remind you and Darren, because I'm sure he's going to have to help with that too. So I got your kid's number. So.
Thanks.
Nice little reminder on that. So that's basically what we've been dealing with the past few days.
So sorry, that sucks.
It sucks, but like I said, we're just keep swimming through it. But
Yeah.
I did have a sports update on top of all this. So in this mixture of life the past few weeks, I played kickball
Okay.
on the Gay Kickball League, which is a lot gayer than I expected.
Nick, you don't have to say gay kickball league. Just say kickball league. It's implied.
No, because we weren't. So listen, here's the thing. All of us that play kickball, we all have the same story. When was the last time we played kickball? Everybody asked the same question. It was in elementary school.
Of
And
course.
what's everybody's answer? I was always picked last. So you know who wasn't picked last this time? This guy.
Oh, nice.
So I got to kick third in the lineup. So I was up there this time. I was very proud of myself. I made it almost all the way to third base. I mean, I always make it home when I play kickball with Chris, but
Yeah,
but
because
I
he
almost
both
made
of
it
them
to
to
third base.
And also, he kicked the ball far.
Yeah.
And almost made it. To
So
third base.
here's the issue I realize is I have a big ass. I'm just gonna blame it on that, and the ball just very lightly just tapped my ass to get me out. So it's all because I have a big ass. It wasn't because I ran slow. It's just my ass couldn't keep up. So yeah, but we
need
won.
video of these kickball games, please.
I want to try to get some of me playing because
Yeah.
it got entertaining. We had jello shots before
I
the
think you
kickball
should
game.
have Sean with your phone. Have him go live on TikTok.
I should.
Yeah, go live
do
on your
it.
TikTok.
I mean, we have music playing the whole time, and
Perfect.
it's gay as fuck. Like
course.
we're dancing out in the outfield. Like I was a kid, literally picking dandelions when I was playing like
Right.
sports ball as a kid, because those are amazing flowers, right?
Yeah. Now, Nick, just a reminder.
And I'm still that same person. I realized.
In kickball, it's a little bit different than life. You don't want the ball smacking against your ass in kickball.
Well, it's just for fun. We're just playing for fun. There's no real competition. I don't think we win anything. We won though.
Okay. I don't think we won anything.
We don't win anything, but we won.
Game.
Yeah. I don't know what else. We went and had a drink afterwards. I don't know. I played 2 games now, and they keep putting me in the outfield, which I don't like because it's boring out there.
Right.
There was a really hot guy next to me though, so I had a nice conversation with him. So we might hook up later.
How were you that close to someone in the outfield?
It's kickball. People don't kick it that far. The gays can't kick. They bunt. All of them were bunting. Like every time somebody came out to play, we're like, oh, they're gonna bunt. They're gonna bunt. Nobody's kicking. They can't kick the balls. They're scared.
Okay.
They're all dainty. It was a magical game. It was fun. I liked it. I'm very out of shape though. And thank you, Chris, for the tip. I did stretch for probably 30 minutes, and I felt like I could have stretched for 4 days and still been equally as hurt. It's hard when you're 40.
Yeah, it's hard when you're.
Scott, how do you like get out of bed every day?
I don't. It's
Oh, you call 911.
Yeah.
Simple.
You know what's funny is my wife says, and she's like, "Oh, it's too bad your doctor didn't clear you for sex because I'm kind of in the mood." And I'm like, "You did that on purpose. Like, you're not. You just said that. Like, you now have like this free pass where you could be like, oh, I'm in the mood. Too bad you're not medically cleared for."
I feel like that's just I don't know if maybe you're onto something. So you know how my husband's kind of into like crippled people. Can you say crippled people?
I think crippled is okay. You just can't say handicap.
Okay. So he's very stressed because it's his mom that's sick right now. He did text me today and he's like, I don't know why, but I'm very tired. I haven't been sleeping great, but it's been making me really horny. Like, what? I'll let you guys ask questions later. Think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah, you've got kids, right?
Oh, great.
Sarah, you've had a couple weddings that you've gone to?
Yes, actually. So we went to Lewis's cousin got married on not this past Saturday, last Saturday.
Doesn't he have like 1,000 cousins because he's Puerto Rican?
Yes.
We're close with a select few.
But they're not really cousins. They're just,
No.
they
This
call
was a
them
real
cousins.
cousin.
It's like the
This is a real
bloodline of
cousin.
WWE. They're not really all related.
See, I don't understand that. I should by now, the amount of WWE you talk about before we go live.
Right.
But yeah, she had a very beautiful but very interesting wedding, actually. It was like a communal wedding, if you will. So
Like an
like
orgy?
we No, that must have been the after party.
Okay.
No, there were like 4 couples that got married at the same time, and then like we
What?
all
So it wasn't. Orgy. It was
so
a swingers
they
wedding.
came they all went up individually and said their vows and like ring exchange and everything, but all of the families were sitting there watching everybody get married, like, one at a time, and then we all partied together afterwards.
That's like in court when you're going up for like domestic violence or
yeah, everybody gets to
restraining
chill in the
orders.
back, right?
Yeah, everybody just chills in the back, and they want, okay, case number 3562. Right now 3563, and everybody like hears everything that's going on. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, so each couple, they like announced the couple, and then like one section would cheer, and then we'd wait for our couple and we would cheer, and do the thing. So, but it was actually really pretty, and it was a lot of fun, and we're very happy for them. And then
Did they get like a BOGO special then, or buy 4 get one?
actually there was something going on with that. It was the first year that they did it. It was at this like farm winery situation. It was.
I just have all the questions about the logistics.
I have a video. I can send you the video so you
Like,
can
are you
see
only
the
allowed
logistics
Is each person like allowed a certain amount
of what.
of like people?
No, you could bring however many people. They had an allotted amount of time. Like, do your spiel. I do. Here's your vows. Exchange the rings. Okay, next couple. Kind of assembly line like, but in a very romantic way, I'll
Doesn't
have
sound romantic, but I mean, maybe, yeah. Like I said, maybe there was an after party and there was just pineapples involved.
Well,
and...
we had the after party. I mean,
Oh,
I know what happened when we got home, but either way, we
made it
had
that
a lot of fun.
Congrats on you guys for making it home. I figured you would have done it at the bathroom there.
There were 2 bathrooms and one was out of commission, so I didn't want to be that guy. But yeah, we had a lot of fun there. And then this past wedding, we drove up to Georgia for this wedding, and it was up in like BFE, middle of nowhere mountains, Georgia. But it was absolutely stunning. Lewis and I got to dress up for the first time in like probably ever.
You guys look
really.
great too.
Did you see us?
Yeah, I think Lewis posted a picture.
I always find out after the fact because I'm not on social media anymore. So somebody will be like, "Oh my God, I loved this picture of you." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's supposed to clear these things with me. No. But yeah, we drove up. We left at 5:00 in the morning on Friday. Made it in time to shower and get dressed and everything, and got there at 5:00 in the afternoon. Went through the wedding. I had my first bit of alcohol, Scott, actually in like months.
Wow.
Months. And I felt every single sip of it because I was on that dance floor, which is so not me. Like Lewis always jokes that I can dance from like the waist up because I'm always dancing in my car and never really out. And I guess I like shut the dance floor down. I proceeded to say that when the DJ said, "Hey, this is the last song," I was like, "No, because I'm going to sing for everybody."
It's been quite the show, a lot of stuff.
Sorry.
Ouch.
Wow.
Sorry.
Playing you off. Dang.
I speak and he shuts me down.
I guess.
Sorry.
You wonder why.
Sorry.
Listen, I've always wanted, you know, those bubble wands at Disney. All right.
Yes, I own
I
one. Yes.
love walking through those. They're so fun. Well, apparently that side of me came out while like really kind of intoxicated at the wedding. They had bubble machines as the send off, and I'm like reaching at it, grabbing the bubbles, just in my own little world, doing my own little
Just
thing.
like Ellie. Ellie was going nuts with the
I'm
bubbles.
literally a child. I'm fully aware of this because the groom is a chef. That's how he and Lewis met, actually. And the meals were shrimp and grits, oxtail, like this fancy salad. Oh no, I had cornbread and mac and cheese. That was what I had for dinner.
You say
because
oxtail is fancy, by the way.
Well, it was presented very nicely.
Okay.
So the groom is from a Jamaican background. So they had,
assumed.
so they had a lot of that style food. So here I am eating mac and cheese and cornbread. So the alcohol really set in, essentially. But we drove the Mini Cooper up the 500 miles there and then back. It fit one suitcase, in case anybody's wondering. It fits one suitcase. I can sleep in it, though. I've learned that. My feet fall asleep a little because they hang off the seat, but I fit perfectly.
Meanwhile, Lewis has his knees up to his eyes.
No, he fits fine. It's just the head space. There's not a lot of it.
It's like
So,
Harry and the Hendersons. He's got to put the bulge in.
there's a
Nobody's seen that movie?
sunroof.
Okay. He's got to open the sunroof. And
There's
he's
a
gotta take it off.
sunroof. It gives him like 3 inches of clearance, I feel like, when it opens, you know? But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then he took me, listen, I am a hardcore aviation nerd. I found out that there is, get this, free aviation museum on an Air Force base in Georgia.
Oh,
and,
nice.
you know, instead of my other option, which is spending a day walking in the beautiful downtown areas, which would essentially result in me spending a lot of money and not being able to fit anything else in the car, I went to the museum, spent a lovely 2 hours looking at every single plane, touching every single plane I could touch, getting in all of the cockpits that they have for you to take pictures in, every single one of them. Yes,
You were
I
touching all
know.
the
I know.
Pits.
Cockpits. Yes, I was. I have videos of it. Pressing all the
Otherwise known as
buttons.
No.
Lovely.
Armpits. Like pits. Never mind. Sorry.
Shoo. Right over my head. But we made it back, obviously, safe and sound, back to work right off the bat. So,
Ugh.
yeah. Yep. But it was lovely. Lots of fun. My car's in one piece. I'm in one piece. Lewis is in one piece. I drove the first 6 hours of the first day. He's still alive. You have to follow the speed limit in Georgia. You know that?
Yes.
I
Yes,
don't-
Especially if you have a minority in the car.
Like, Cruise control on all the way through Georgia. Listen, the groom is a minority, so I knew that my husband was safe. All right. I made sure because we were in the mountains of Georgia. I was a little worried, but everything was fine. Everything was good. We're alive.
I'm glad you had a good time. I love weddings. I love weddings. I'm not going to love weddings anymore because I can't drink at them, but I do.
So you're cut off from drinking entirely forever?
If I have to get all of this under control, if I can get
Switch to edibles.
that might be worse for him.
Oh yeah.
I have to get everything under control. I'm going to see my primary. I'm going to meet my primary care
I was gonna say, do you have one?
Wednesday. And I'm gonna regular doctor's visits. I need to get this under because it's still high. Like I haven't gotten below 120 yet. I've got to get everything under control, and then I'll see what I can do. But right now, I've cut it all off. I am no fun, Scott. Zero fun whatsoever. But
And to all those struggling with alcohol and drug abuse out there, you can have fun without being on it.
maybe I don't know. I we'll see. I haven't gotten there yet.
So Chris, he didn't have fun with you. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, he's like, I couldn't drink, so I didn't have fun. Thanks.
So here's the fun thing. So I go back to the resort with Chris and Emily on their last day, just so I can give them their stuff.
That I waited 3 years for. It was, and without exaggerating, it was 3 years.
It was 3 years. And so I'm like, well, hey, let's walk to the gift shop because I want to see the resort. I've never seen this resort before. Here's Nick. You'll appreciate this. So at Animal Kingdom, Chris gives me. He's like, hey, do you want this banana? This is my breakfast. I didn't want it. I said, sure. I said, but I feel really bad taking food from someone who's staying at Pop Century. But okay, Pop Century is super cute. It's a super cute resort.
love Pop.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Really, it's cute, Chris. Not
Yeah. It's not nice. It's cute.
I was going to ask, like, what extravagant resort did you stay at that Scott's never been there before? But it's
the value
Pop
resorts.
Century. Heard.
The value, the moderates. Anything below deluxe, he doesn't know.
So I'm like, Chris, let's go to the gift shop. We'll send off your lightsaber. Where's the receipt? And remember, I said, Chris, do not lose that receipt.
Dude, the cleaning lady threw it away.
The cleaning lady that never visited.
Came once. She came once, and then she also only cleaned our room once.
Well, that's the funny. He kept blaming it on other people. Like he blamed Emily. He blamed the cleaning lady that never came in there.
It was one of them.
He blamed Ellie.
It was. She probably ate it. She was eating the coaster at Oga's. I have half a coaster now.
So
She's been constipated since that day. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, Chris, you've started your vacation pissing off a cast member. Now you're gonna end your vacation pissing off a cast member. Because when we were at Jungle Cruise and the ride attendant asked how many in our party, Chris said the dreaded 5.5. And I'm like, oh, don't do that. They hate that. They hate that. It's a
We all
problem.
do.
Yeah, and then 3 days later, there was like 4 of us plus Ellie, so 5. And then so Scott goes, there's 5 of us. He goes, oh, we're 4.5.
So making jokes to the ride attendant, that's never a good thing. And then forgetting your receipt and doing a shipping because they have to write. They got to handwrite everything. They got to look through the book.
It was the custom savers, so there was a SKU for each part.
Yeah. So she's got to write everything down individually.
She was from Philly. She was fine. We chopped it up. I was like, oh, you're from the area, huh? She's like, well, my ex is up there. And then we got off on the wrong foot. So she's probably gonna keep my lightsaber. But you know what? The lightsaber, I was hitting Ellie with it, and it does the little like sounds when you hit, and you hit it. And the funniest thing, then I'll stop talking about my trip. The funniest thing was there's like a pet shop in Galaxy's Edge where you can get like creatures, right? Is there a name for that? I don't know. The creature shop.
Yeah, it's the pet shop.
So I saw a hideous looking creature. It was Salacious B. Crumb from Jabba's palace. And I'm joking. I'm playing with Ellie with it, and she's like in love with it. And I took it away from her. She started crying. So I had to pay $60. Now Salacious B. Crumb is art. She loves it. She like pets his little hair on his ear, on his one ear, and she gives it kisses and hugs. She was like chewing on the hand. And everyone was cracking up because Emily was on a rise, and I'm pushing Crumb and her around in the stroller, and everyone's cracking up. Like, why is this baby like this scary looking thing?
Here's the funny thing. They kept buying Ellie little thing like what was the first
The
thing?
Haunted
Kermit,
Mansion Doom Buggy.
Yeah, just so many little things.
Yeah.
And she would play with it for like 3 minutes and then throw it out of the
Just
stroller.
yeet it out of the stroller. The Figment. The Figment. Yeah, we're at downtown Disney, and I go to the store, I see this little cute little Figment stuff there. I was like, oh, that's cute. I ran up, it was
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs. It was $25 because it has a metal butt because it's magnetic. And yeah, and she loved it. I'm so happy. Then all of a sudden she just goes and throws it out of the thing. and you try to give it back, he just tosses it out until she's ready for the next toy. Yeah.
And I thought it was an exaggeration with the if you go to fist bump her, she'll headbutt your fist. Like I thought Chris was making her do that. So like we're sitting there at lunch and I go to fist bump her and she's sitting in the high chair and she headbutts my fist.
I don't know. I just tried to give her a fist bump one day and she did it with her head. I was like, oh, okay. And she won't stop. And I hope she never does.
So happy. She hated me. Like liked looking at me. But because I wasn't drinking and because I wasn't riding anything, Chris and Emily
she liked
would ride
interacting
things.
with you from a distance, right?
Yeah, Chris and Emily would go ride stuff, and I'd watch the baby. So at one point, I see Ray.
That's a scary idea to begin with. First off,
I only abandoned the first one. So we see Ray, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let me surprise Chris and Emily with a picture of the baby with Ray. So I go to unstrap her out of the stroller. This is the first kid that I've ever met that would prefer to be in the stroller than be held. I unstrap her. She starts screaming bloody murder. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're not taking a picture with Ray. Would not let me hold her at all. Like
No.
I held her in the bathroom for 2 seconds so that Chris could get the diaper out because we did tandem diaper changes.
We did,
I don't know why, but
we tagged team. I changed I think I changed Ellie's diaper twice the whole trip because that was the only 2 times that we went to go change her.
But yeah, she screamed. At one point, I was tickling her feet, and she laughed at me for like 2 seconds, and then she was like, "Okay, I'm over this. Why is this strange man touching my feet?"
Yes, I taught her Stranger Danger already. It's funny because she like hates that, but she loves Salacious B. Crumb. It's like, and loved Haunted Mansion. I'm like, what? Where do we draw the line here?
Yeah, she did love Haunted Mansion, but it was the weather was great. It was
Didn't
the
rain,
last
yeah.
week that we have of not hot weather. It did get a little warm last week, but
It did. Animal
you were here
Kingdom
from
was scorching.
you were here for mostly good weather.
Not
it was
one
fun
drop
to
of
see.
rain. Yeah, not one drop of rain, which
Yeah,
is nice.
yeah.
Just too high. You got to turn the air on. And I turn the air down to like 62 degrees in the hotel room, and it is not. It doesn't do 62 degrees. It says it does, but it does. It says it does.
It
but
does.
It doesn't.
It does. Chris,
Scott,
you got any cliff notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Since I was talking a lot today, I had to do some current events to fill some things in. But Donald Trump completed his first 100 days in office. How the fuck has it only been 100 days? I bet the next term, the first 100 days will feel even longer. Top NFL prospect Shedeur Sanders fell all the way to the 5th round when he was projected to go in the 1st round. He had to wait days to get picked. Kind of reminds me when Scott was supposed to pick me up from the airport, then I had to wait days to get picked. The Trump administration accidentally deported someone, but it turned out he turned out to be a member of the gang MS-13. That's like when I accidentally go down $700 in the casino, and then I put $100 more, and then I win it all back. It's just like it just works its way out. Scott started off the podcast talking about his near-death experience, and he was shocked that he was that sick. Just to put this into perspective with Scott's lifestyle and his bad habits, that would be like jumping into a pool and being shocked that you got wet. And lastly, Scott, I think I finally found a nickname for you on the podcast. Not the host, let's call you Shoehorn Scott, because you managed to shoehorn your ailments into every one of our segments tonight. And there's my clip.
Thank you so much.
I think at the end of every segment, we're like, yeah, that reminds me. Like, my heart was just racing.
Well, listen, it was a scary thing, and I was like, you know what? And I looked at Rachel at one point. I said, if I come through on the other side of this, at least I have content. So, like, there's got to be a payoff for me at the end, and here we are. Anyway, anybody got anything exciting going on with the kids this week?
I have a first birthday party I'm going to, which will be fun. It's It's first birthday season. Yeah, we got Ellie's little friend's first birthday. And Ellie's first birthday is coming up in the middle of the month. And I
can't believe
Oh my
it.
God.
Crazy, right? So I didn't talk about this, but last night I'm like, man, I'm gonna DM all the businesses and celebrities that I can think of and invite them to her party, and and putting the RSVP to my personal address, like just in case you want to send a note or something, here's the address. Well, I sent it to Kermit the Frog, the Henson Company, Disney, Target, Pampers, Taco Bell, McDonald's, The Undertaker, Roman Reigns, all of the Philadelphia sports. I got 2 answers so far from Pampers and Target. It's basically saying, "Oh, we're
cool.
so excited that she's turning 1."
That's it.
That's it.
Funds or anything?
And I'm like, you couldn't give me like $5 off my next pay. And I made ChatGPT do like a nice little allegory, not allegories with animals, a nice little story for each thing. So I was like, hey, talk about how, Pampers has prevented all these blowouts and we're first time parents. And it was like this nice little thing. Like, we're so happy. And Target was like,
Are we boycotting Target?
No,
Yes.
no, dude. They have
The gays are.
no, dude. They had this great sale yesterday where you trade in a car so you get 20% off. Walmart's not.
Yeah, because they're struggling.
Listen, they do it every year, and now I can indulge. And they gave me $20 for buying $100 worth of Pampers. So anyway, I messaged Target. I'm gonna boycott them after this. I messaged Target, and Target was like, "Oh, unless you're a nonprofit, something, we can't donate anything, but we cannot wait to see you back at our stores." I was like, "What? What? I'll be back."
Oh, that's cool.
It will,
Nick,
hopefully.
I don't really have anything with Piper. So we taught her to ride a bike the other day. So
That was
she's
Oh, nice.
like, she picked up pretty quickly on that. She hasn't crashed in anything yet, but so she's been really excited to get out every day riding the bike now. And then I got kickball again on Sunday. So
Nice.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think I have anything going on this week. You always make me think ahead. I'm always like, crap, Scott's asking me, what do I have going on this
Sorry.
week? There's got to be something.
Well, then next week, just recap us. I don't have anything going on this week, but Abby was in a play this past weekend. She was in Mean Girls, the musical.
Ooh.
And she
Awesome.
absolutely crushed it. She played Gretchen, the one who's trying to make fetch become a word.
she's trying to make fetch happen.
Yes. Super cute play.
Thanks for
she,
doing the quote wrong.
Sorry. She crushed it. I'll have to put, because I have videos of her solos. I mean, she was so good. A tear comes to my eye every time I hear her sing and see her perform because she's such a natural. She's so good. But anyway. Chris, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Chris Yob, N as in no, N as in new, F as in friends. Chris Yob, NNF.
Nick?
You can find me on Instagram at Emotional Support Gay Nick and on all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations.
Sarah?
You can find me on the TikTok at Super Sarah 94.
Alex? And you can connect with all of us right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. Check out our sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse. Become a Patreon member. Don't forget to nominate us for Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition under the category Local Notables, Best Local Podcast. That's vote.orlandoweekly.com. And if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps us out. On behalf of Redbeard, the producer, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Where is it?
See you later, poopy bus.
Glad my voice held up. I thought I was gonna.
You did good. You did good.
I can't talk in a high pitched voice though, so I can't talk to Ellie tomorrow. I just talked to Ellie in a high pitched voice, and my dog.
Maybe that's what it is.
Might be. I was just. I'm telling you, just cooking some burgers. I think it was the burger fumes.
The burger juice.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Thank you, Jaws. It all jokes aside, it was really scary, and I just have to figure out the new normal.
I should have done the whole show with Crumb on my shoulder. Like you can mount them on your shoulder. It's got like a magnet thing.
Oh, is it one of those shoulder things?
Yeah, dude, it was expensive.
$60.
It has this little thing where you can make his jaw open and his head go.
I said, do they talk to the other ones too? Is it one of
No,
those?
but he does laugh menacingly.
Is it that skinny little one?
Yes.
I have
That
it right
guy?
here, the real
Yes.
one.
Because at first I couldn't picture it. Now I think I know exactly what it is. I have a shoulder. Oh no, I think we wanted to get one of those shoulder Dantes.
Yeah,
didn't buy
those were
one.
cute.
Should have got it. I say that all the time. I'm waiting for them to come out with one that's anxiety. That one, I've been buying everything anxiety. I love her.
Yeah.
I
need to get me
resonate
some.
too much.
That
Yes,
is
I
creepy
love
as
him.
Fuck.
Yep, your kid is gonna just be so cool.
But I love Jabba the Hutt and Crumb, so I was like, I was playing with it with her as a joke, and she's like, and I took it away. She started crying. I was like, I can't. I have to buy this now. And Scott, I don't think I told you I bought Sabak. Okay. Just go fuck myself.
He doesn't care anymore.
I have to show you guys something real quick. Share screen. Oh, there's the little toy.
Are you serious?
Sorry, I'll wait.
Oh no, I already showed it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Sorry, someone just sent me something, and all right, can you see? All right, here's Abby right here.
That works. Gotta walk into the bedroom like this tonight.
We don't have any audio.
Can you not hear?
No.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Okay, stop sharing.
Should I start recording like this? If no one laughs at my jokes, I can just laugh at it. It's so good. I love this thing. I have his autograph somewhere. Oh, it's right here.
Okay. Let me know if you can hear it.
No.
Mm-mm.
Ugh. All right. Damn.
Oh my gosh, you look so
that's all right.
cute though.
Yeah.
She's looking so grown up.
Damn. It's so good.
Look, see, I'm a big Crumb guy. Mark
You're a big
Dodson,
map
the
guy, too.
voice of, map? Oh, I love. Yeah, I get paper maps at all the parks, and I use the paper maps.
I'm like,
I was like, just go on your
I
phone.
know my way around this park. I just don't know my way around Magic Kingdom.
I used to get back to you guys the one time. Probably after I had diarrhea in Galaxy's Edge.
All right, you want to end the YouTube?
Yes.
Bye, YouTube.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Can't stop watching this thing.